the animated Flashpoint, but
So did you see the thing where the director said that they did the animation kind of weird on purpose?
oh no, I haven't seen that. Where was that? Is there like an article or something that you can send me?
Yeah, I'll send it to the group here in a bit. It's he basically said they did that intentionally to basically say that the Flashpoint, universe or whatever you want to call it, that was Barry's perception of it. You know what I'm saying?
Ah, I see.
So it's not necessarily that's
I'm
exactly what
gonna
it is.
go inside real quick. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Yeah, so that was supposed to be Barry's perception of
Right.
what was going
Of the
on.
Speed Force, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it looked a little different, is what he's saying. But that could just be an excuse. So,
Man, I would see that was. I mean, like, hey, you guys remember when he first showed up to meet his younger self in that timeline where his younger self was 18, right? Like when he stopped and got out of the Speed Force, it's like they even tried to CGI his suit like he's Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, which was I thought they would have learned their lessons from that.
no. Apparently not. There was some weird. I was talking about this with Mando Batman, whatever he is right now. The zombie Batmando. I don't even know what I am. But I was saying I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
So we were talking about how he went back to meet his younger self, and the CGI even in that moment was kind of like Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
Oh, okay. My point was going to be that the choices that they made with the CGI in this movie was just kind of weird. Is like, don't you think that with the Disney volume and with what we have technology wise, why couldn't we have Ezra Miller or all of those actors standing right there in the Flashpoint bowl thing? Why was it CGI? Why couldn't it be the actual actor standing right there inside the volume? And then
True,
just layered over however many times they needed it.
but even think about this: they didn't even deep fake it. That's how shitty it was. When that, I mean, like you think one dude improved the scene so much more, right? And they were like, "Hey, we're not." I mean, could you think like you said, Disney's budget for some of these movies they're putting out is it's upwards of almost $3 million for some movies that they're making, right? And CGI, all that stuff. I mean, I've heard rumors of them spending up to $50,000 or $50 million for certain episodes in Mandalorian. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
25 up to 25 million
oh, it's 25
per million per episode.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus Christ! But
and the same budget for Andor also 25 million per episode.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let that sink in a little bit.
You would think I was paying for all this shit.
Bruce has got more than enough money to. We can just reset every universe with Bruce's money.
So besides that, the lousy CGI, one thing I did appreciate was the CGI later in the movie, and some of the fight scenes was immaculate. Like dude, Michael Keaton's Batman is like probably the best Batman I've seen in a movie. Period. Like Christian Bale didn't have shit on Michael Keaton.
I don't know about that one,
bro. I mean, like, bro.
Everybody knows that's a hill I'll die on. Right
there. No. I'm talking about for the new.
He was good. He was intense. He was good. I'm glad that he actually got to portray Batman as a more violent because in the newer movies he's portrayed, and even in the Batman, he's portrayed more violently. The fight scenes are more violent. He's he fucks people up. They didn't really do that too much in the old movies. So
he blows a lot of people up in the old movies.
Well,
a lot.
He comes in, he drops down, he's fucking punching people in the fucking face repeatedly and shit in this movie. So I thought that shit was dope.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you go to Batman 1989, and you use that same Batman. Let's say that 1989's Batman is Batman at 5 years of Batman experience, right? Where people expect him with 20 or 30 years of Batman experience, like the efficiency of his movements and crippling and knocking people the F out was amazing, bro. Like, you can't tell me it wasn't. You can't. I mean, like, didn't the bulletproof cowl and cape? Yeah, bro, come on.
I was laughing my ass off because every time every time that he would turn to talk to somebody, he was so extravagant with having to turn his whole fucking body because of the way that suit was made and not being able to turn your neck. Like, anytime the Flash would say something on the side, he was like, his whole fucking body would turn, and he was like so extravagant with
like
it.
That?
It made me laugh. Yeah.
Yeah, like
he literally did that shit right there.
Exactly like it, dude. We got Jeff Johns Batman with the Black Lantern ring over here.
Bro, when they went to say, it was that one scene, I'll have to pull it up one time when we have access to the movie later, but that one scene where the Flash says something and he turns exactly like you just did right there. I fucking lost it in the fucking theater, dude. It was so funny.
I mean, like, the one thing that I really, really loved about the movie was the him making fun of his younger self, and him, like, him realizing, like, hey, if this is what I'm really like, I must be annoying. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, now I know what they're talking about.
And then, I mean, just asking, what was your guys' favorite celebrity cameo?
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, because they kept saying his name. Because he replaced what's his name, Michael J. Fox, for Back to the Future.
Yeah, that was funny.
He was like, well, Back to the Future still a thing. He's like, yeah, right, with Eric Stoltz. He's like, what? Like, Eric Stoltz? What the fuck are you talking about? That shit was fucking funny.
Come on to McFry.
I mean, like, dude, honestly, like, I felt like I really did appreciate seeing Wonder Woman in there. I thought that was cool. I would have loved to see, like, what advancements they did on Cyborg, because like, even in the Zack Snyder version, it's still like, oh, that's computer graphics. You know what I'm saying?
When he went looking for people and he said, oh, and he pulled him up playing football, and he's like, oh, he's not Cyborg yet. My heart was so sad. I was like, damn it, because that dude portrayed Cyborg as so well in the Snyderverse. So, dude,
I mean, like, when you think about the Snyderverse, they actually flushed out almost all the characters. So, I mean, it wasn't like the original one with what's his name from DC?
Unexaggerated.
Yeah, it wasn't like that, man. It was like every character had a good 15 minutes of, like, screen time for, like, an origin. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, in the day and age we live in, dude, I think that movies that are not made like that are really selling short on the fans and the fandom side. Like you in the comments in the group chat, you were saying the fan service in The Flash was amazing. Mm-hmm. Absolutely amazing. Second to none.
I mean, all the I know it was CGI and whatnot, but all of the older fans got to see Christopher Reeves and what's her name? I can't I can't remember her name, but she was in the movies.
Linda Carter.
Who?
Well, are you talking about Linda Carter or are you talking about Supergirl?
No, Supergirl. The
Yeah,
chick who played
Supergirl.
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Did they show Linda Carter in that movie as Wonder Woman?
No.
No, okay. I couldn't remember if they did or not.
Wait, they might have, and I just don't remember it.
I see it twice and I don't remember.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna go have to rewatch the movie again, you know, to see if there's any Easter eggs I missed. But I think that you guys might make fun of me for this, but I'm a big fan of the JLA, right? And seeing Jay Garrett's Flash from another dimension and the Speed
That's the original multiverse.
Yeah, dude, I thought that was awesome. And then I also got to give props because like the entire theater broke into laughter for Nicolas Cage Superman.
Yeah, that's the funniest shit ever. As soon as I saw the black hair like flowing, I was like, "Oh, fucking Nick Cage."
They tricked me because I couldn't tell with the hair, and I was like, they didn't show his face for a good 10 or 15 seconds while he was fighting, and then he turns around and they show his face, and I just started fucking busting out laughing, and I look across over to fucking Mando, and we're both just fucking laughing our asses off because it was a leak and a rumor that Nick Cage's Superman was going to appear as a cameo in there.
Well, dude, I'm pretty sure any DC fan remembers seeing Nicolas Cage with the long hair and you know, trying on the Superman suit. Like that picture has been spread across the internet like the plague, right? You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, and I think the fact that you think about it, DC made fun of themselves and they're like, no, what, we're gonna go ahead and put Nicolas Cage in this movie as Superman. No, I mean, I thought Henry Cavill would have showed up, but you know, it's for Nicolas Cage that kind of made up for it.
When Chris Reeves was coming up, the way his hair was done, I thought that was going to be Cavill, but it ended up being Chris Reeves, which I'm not going to complain about because that's cool.
The only time you see Cavill in that movie is when he reversed his time the first time, and you see the fight from Justice League where he has his shirt off.
Really?
Yeah, that's the only time you see Henry in the movie.
There's so much I missed in those scenes.
Bro, this movie was like celebrity cameos, Easter eggs. There was hundreds of them. You know, because I look across the web, and anytime you look at anybody who's, you know, explaining the movie, the video is at least 30 minutes to 40 minutes long. Maybe I saw one that was like probably 70 minutes. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. An hour and 10 minutes on freaking, you know, Easter eggs and deep dives.
There was one joke that was made in the movie that Danny and I laughed our asses off at, and pretty much no one else in the theater laughed at. And it was when the two Ezras were fighting the Kryptonians towards the end of the movie, and he's about to discharge his extra lightning, and he's like, so should I just Emperor him? And he's talking about Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
And like I just looked at Danny and I started fucking laughing. And we're the only two sitting there laughing. I guess nobody got the Star Wars reference at all. It was kind of I wouldn't say a deep lore reference, but if you weren't paying attention and ready for it, you probably missed it. You know?
Yeah, dude, that definitely went over my head. But I mean, like the one thing I did think was hilarious was the scene where he's making his own Flash suit and he's cutting off the ears for Batman's helmet. Yeah. with like, it looked like a kitchen knife. I thought that was so fucking funny, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, that was funny. And then didn't he end up ripping the neck off so he could turn his head?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
That was a smart idea, though, to make a suit out of the old Batman suit.
I mean, dude, I thought it was hilarious. And then he had like caution tape to hold it together in certain spots. Like the amount of how they picked on the Flash in this movie was awesome. Like, dude, he called himself annoying. He was like, "Am I really like this?" And then, he goes and meets all his friends in the apartment, and they're making that joke about Back to the Future, and he's like, "No, it's Michael J. Fox." Then that was a good Easter egg as well, dude. It was just, I thought. Besides the CGI, I had no complaints. The story was great. I did.
The story was really good.
I saw, I sensed a little bit of the animated Flashpoint in there, like when he regains his powers. That's exactly from the animated version of Flashpoint, and so I mean, like to me, dude, I thought it was awesome. I mean, like that little Easter eggs like that, where they're even pulling from the animated universe. I think that's awesome. And I think, honestly, if they did that, it would flush out a lot of the heroes a lot more, and then also give the fandom a little bit more lore to talk about.
Yeah,
that's what Danny was mentioning earlier. Is that you said they're gonna go with, and there goes Micah's. I don't know where he went. You said they're going with you think he's gonna go with Darkseid and use something. There, he's back. Hold on.
Oh, sorry about that. I dropped my phone.
So, Danny, you were telling me earlier today that you think James Gunn is still going to do a Darkseid story. And was it one of the DC animated arcs you were talking about that they might do?
I mean, I think I was talking about how the Flashpoint animated movie and reset the timeline for the animated movies, and they started with Justice League War, which is like the invasion of Darkseid on Earth. And that whole thing plays in the background throughout the animated universe. Dude, it's I don't want to spoil the animated universe, but it becomes to where demonic forces are fighting the new gods, and it's
new gods
versus
You mentioned new gods. That's what I was trying to get to.
James Gunn's calling his chapter Gods and Monsters. You can't have gods and monsters without the new gods,
bro, there's also I don't know if you've seen the animated it's called Apocalypse, right? And it's got dude, that one focuses a lot more on John Constantine and mysticism. But bro, if you have not seen that, it's on HBO or it's on Max right now. Dude, it is amazing. Dude, it's the only rated R animated series movie from the DCEU.
No, there's that one. Constantine City of Demons is a part of it. It's rated R. And then the first Justice League Dark movie was rated R. And it's all part of the same universe.
Yeah, but I think it's just called Justice War Apocalypse. I can't remember the name.
It's Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's the one. Dude, if James Gunn
animated universe.
Go ahead.
Sorry, what? I was talking about Flashpoint was the start of the animated universe, and Justice League Dark Apocalypse War was the end of that universe, the animated films. Mm-hmm. And they both start with the Flash running, and ends with the Flash running is how they ended the other one. So I was telling him that this movie's basically like that, where since he switched the tomato cans, the DCEU's been reset now because of that one act.
Dude, I mean, hey, what did you guys think about George Clooney at the end?
That's so funny.
I knew there was a cameo coming because of the way he was getting out of the car and it wasn't showing his face, and they were using all this camera work and camera trickery to not show his face and whatnot. And then when he's looking at him and he says, "Who the fuck is this guy?" I busted out laughing so fucking hard because I knew a cameo was coming, but I was not ready for Barry to bust out with that line right there and literally who the fuck is this guy? Because it's obviously Bruce Wayne getting out of Bruce Wayne's fucking car, the same Mercedes that the Batflick had in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but I thought it was fucking hilarious. I'm a diehard Dark Knight, Chris Nolan, Christian Bale. I love that series. I love, his portrayal of Batman. Everybody who's ever watched any of these streams knows I love Bane. I really, really wanted Christian Bale in it, but I feel like with the way that the movie was made and sort of the comical aspect of it, because Clooney was the most comical Batman aside, from the 90s, in my opinion.
Bro, he had nipples on the bat suit. Like, what's the purpose? What's the purpose of nipples on the bat suit, bro?
It's supposed to look like old Greek armor. Leave me alone.
But yeah, I feel like that was a better fit, just with the general theme of the whole movie. Bringing Clooney in at the end.
Well, yeah, because dude, all the Nolan movies, Batman movies, are dark, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batman loses people. Like he gets, severely injured. There's all types of things where it's like
out of him by Bane.
Oh yeah, Bane, I mean, like, dude, Bane put hands on Batman, and my favorite part is where he gets his mask messed up a little bit, and it seems like it's going in fast forward because he's punching faster and hitting harder, and then he hits that column and it just turns into dust. I was like, yes, that's exactly what I needed. Exactly.
They did that scene very, very well, in my opinion. One of my favorite Batman scenes ever, to be completely honest. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think Clooney was a better choice. Obviously, they can't bring Val Kilmer in because of his health condition and whatnot.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Hey, come on, man. That's messed up. Val Kilmer was Batman. At least give him a little respect, bro. So that. Mando, you are hilarious sometimes.
Mando actually has a big scar, right there.
I don't like that.
I
had the two.
Yeah, he had all that.
I had experience. I showed the whole hospital when I started talking without them realizing it like that.
Hey, bro, you sound like Christian Bale's Batman when you talk like that. Besides the cameo, so we covered the cameo scenes. What was your favorite, most comedical moment in the whole movie?
I think I pretty much covered mine as the Emperor scene, and also Keaton turning the bat suit like he did extravagantly every time he had to talk to somebody. And the who the fuck is this guy at the end when Clooney comes out?
Hey, my favorite scene was them entering Wayne Manor and having that fight in the kitchen. I was laughing and giggling that whole time, bro. Because I was like, bro, they freaking turned Michael Keaton into Bob Ross. He's sitting there painting and stuff, bro. That had me, bro. That had me, man.
With the beard and shit.
Oh, dude, the best part was you could if you rewatch that scene, you look at older Barry's face, Ezra Miller, right? The older version. Every time he's about to get hit, his eyes open real wide, like he's shocked that like the Speed Force didn't slow everything down. It's pretty. Then when he gets hit in the head with the wine bottle, that was like one of my favorite moments.
When him and younger Barry, not young Barry, but younger Barry, are going to fight the Kryptonians, and young Barry in the bat suit gets cut across his cheek. The Kryptonian, and he looks at older Barry and he's like, they're fast, and he's older Barry's like, yeah, but not as fast as us, and then he like really puts it in gear. I thought that was a pretty cool scene because if you've watched DC and Superman, like he can pretty much keep up with the Flash. I don't think he can he can't outspeed him or anything, but
yeah.
Movement wise, like he can keep up with them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's almost like watching like a professional boxing match, and one fighter it's got the other fighters' timing down and can read their tells. So like I would say that like Barry Allen, if older Ezra Miller, it's like he's the one who's seeing the amateur fighter because like he's like, oh, Superman's telegraphing a move. Here comes a right hook. Here comes a left hook. Oh, I stumbled on the stairs, and then Superman's coming after him. But I think another thing that almost got me was when during that battle with the Kryptonians, where older Ezra runs away and then comes back. I thought we were going to get the first filmed version of the Infinite Mass Punch. I was like, no way. I was on the edge of my seat. Like, there's no way they're going to give him the Infinite Mass Punch. And then he just clobbered the dude. But I was really hoping for that, man. Like, that's one of my favorite super moves ever. Dude, I'm a huge Flash fan. I love him. I mean, Wally West is my Flash. Barry Allen's okay, but Wally West is my Flash. But dude, I thought that Infinite Mass Punch was coming, and I was so excited. I was sitting there clinging on to the seat in the theater, and dude, you know how it is when you were like, oh man, is it gonna happen? Like, when you saw Avengers Endgame and Captain America is holding Mjolnir, and he's all like, assemble. Everybody goes,
that part. And him actually grabbing Mjolnir for the first time and calling it and wielding it. That I lost my shit when he started beating up. I almost said fucking Thrawn because I'm stuck on. When he started beating up what's his name?
Thanos.
Thanos. Yeah, they're both.
Thanos.
They're both a TH. Anyways, I thought Pep was gonna come. He's taking forever. So
have we been live this whole time?
Yeah, you didn't know?
No, I've been in here doing weird shit. No.
Bro, 26 minutes ago, we started getting into it deep, and I was like, oh, well, we're going live, so I didn't know you didn't know. That's dude, I just thought you were just anxiously moving around quite a bit.
So if you guys were going to cast a vote on Rotten Tomatoes, what would be your percentage score?
That's a good question.
I'm giving it a 70 because that CGI is unforgivable.
70? That low?
Yeah.
Wow.
But hey, Mando, at least it was only weird in the time bubble, and it didn't carry over into the fight scenes. Because if it would have carried over into the fight scenes, I probably would have walked out, like been like, "Oh, this is trash."
It's just so bad that like it makes you want to like punch it. But I'll give it an 80 then.
Mm-hmm. So a 70 for you, Mando. What about you, Colt?
Man, I was gonna say a 90, but I'm kind of leaning more towards like an 85 after Mando's critique.
Dude,
because I'm sweating. It's hot here.
I think if the CGI and those specific parts would have been top tier, this would have been a 95 movie for me.
Yep.
If I was a teacher, though, and I was getting your paper, I'd be like, oh, man, the writing, fantastic story, great acting. CGI, your dog shit on your homework?
Yeah.
Hey,
Micah, what's your score?
Dude, I would have to say because of the CGI, and when I first saw it, the first thing that popped into my head was The Matrix Reloaded, and I was like, oh man. I was like, man, please don't tell me they're going this way, right? And then it kind of redeemed itself. Like you said, the story was great. Dude, I'm going to give it about an 87, 89. If the CGI would have been spot on, I would probably give the movie like a 95, 97.
Makes sense.
Oh, while you're on it, my favorite comedy part is when they're in the black site facility in Russia and that guard comes out and Bruce Wayne, Batman's sitting there, he's like,
yeah, that's
he's like,
hey, bro.
Russian prison guards, none of it.
Russian prison guards don't give a fuck, bro. That dude was looking at Batman like, who the hell are you?
Yeah. Like, it was a total troll. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And Batman's just like,
Oh my god, dude! Didn't he do it like twice just to see if he?
yeah, he did it twice, and then
Dude,
I was just like, I
he
got
might
this.
have done it 3 times. He might have done it 3 times.
He might
You know?
have. Yeah.
Well, hey guys, I got a dip. Hey, it was a pleasure getting on here with you, man, and talking
real
about.
quick, hey, before you go,
Mhm.
one more thing. In August, we didn't go see The Flash together, but I think we should make plans for the next one. In August, Blue Beetle is coming out.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, dude, I'm definitely down, dude. Blue Beetle is pretty awesome.
We should go check that one out together for sure.
And dude, I'm really excited to see what they do with. Is it Ted Korg, the guy who was the second Blue Beetle? I can't remember, but I just want to see
the first one.
like the Blue Beetle lab. Mm-hmm. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna get up with you guys later. I appreciate it. Had fun talking with you guys, and you guys have a good great summer, man.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you here soon.
All right, peace out, bro.
Later. Mando, do you have anything else you wanted to cover?
Oh, another funny moment. The Speedy Gonzalez part. He's like, yes, Speedy Gonzalez. I did 100 times. Just like, and just kept running. Yeah.
That shit was
funny, and then burn all his clothes off. Oh yeah, I feel like this is what we missed to cover. I wish I could remember this before he left. But it was cool that they told the Flash's origin story in a way that didn't feel like every other origin story movie.
You know what's fucking hilarious? Is we're sitting there watching the movie and Ashley leans over to me and she's like, so how did he get his powers? And I thought about it and I was like, I don't fucking know actually. And I was like, we're gonna have to Google that. And then not even 3 minutes later, he starts explaining how the fuck he got his powers. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's just like an interesting take on the origin stories to have your future self go and observe the origin story.
Well, literally,
in an alternate timeline.
What's funny is that Barry in that timeline wouldn't even have gotten the powers. He never would have went to the lab over there. Yeah, that's what was crazy.
And that's why he's like the paradox when he becomes Dark Flash and everything.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the broadcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye. I'm out too, though.